Alrighty. Good morning. Good morning. Got the chart marked out here. Let's kind of see what we're looking at. So as you can see, if we zoom out a little bit here, we got the Asia high and low marked out, which is kind of what I like to do in London. First thing I do is mark out the Asia high, the Asia low from 7 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Mark out the high and the low. So you can see we ran the low here. So really looking for some expansion to the upside. Leaving us some sort of opportunity for an entry. Expecting us to take out the highs here. So we'll kind of see what happens. If price pulls back into this zone, there's a 15-minute fair value gap here. We might toss in one contract and just see what happens from there. But we have the VWAP up at the 73. This is a bearish 15-minute fair value gap that we're kind of bouncing in between these two so far. Zoom out, we have the Asia high here, 109.25, and then previous day New York high. Persia, good morning. So it's kind of the expectation today, or, this morning. We're going to be looking for some expansion to the upside, and then we'll look for an entry off that expansion. Expecting us to take out these Asia highs. Could dig into the lows a little deeper here if price wants to. So no need to be too aggressive. Might want to rerun the lows one more time before it goes, but we'll see. This is the 1 minute chart. You can see we did kind of break structure here. We left a small fair value gap there, not a very big one, and there are some imbalances down here. So like I said, if price retraces down here, we might take a higher risk stab on an entry here. We'll see. We are still outside the golden zone here. But we'll see what happens. No need to be too aggressive, really. You could fib this area because technically that is a setup as well. Maybe take one off that, 50% fib there. Potentially. We'll see what it looks like here in a minute. As price turns down that direction, we'll see how it looks to us. If it looks all right, we might take one. We'll see here. But other than that, we're really just waiting on the open. Or 3 a.m. that is. Waiting on the open. Let's see, where's the VWAP? 73. All right, we got it right. What's going on, DeBizzle? Morning. Elliot Moore. All right. Good morning. Top of the morning to you, Jason Floyd. Did ES not take it? It looks like it did. I measure from 7 p.m. to midnight for the Asia low to Bizzle. So 7 p.m. Eastern to midnight Eastern. That's what I consider the Asia low. Yeah, so I'm looking for some expansion to the upside. I'm going to wait. We'll be a little more patient this morning than I have been being. Let's wait for the setup to form, show us what's going to happen, and, kind of go from there. I mean, we could take a bounce off the 50 here if we wanted to. But I don't think I'm going to. We shall wait. We shall wait and see what price does. I'm expecting price maybe to revisit this. It's kind of a small order block in here on the 3-minute chart. A bullish fair value gap there as well. Marco, good morning. Jason Floyd, do you have any trousers on, or are you just pretending? Because camera only shows neck up. Do you really want to know the answer to that, Jason? The Bizzle's got 750K you need to pay PA fees on. Get it, the Bizzle, get it. Pay those fees, pay the man. I'm currently in my boxers, Jason, if you need to know. Currently in the boxers. So we are pretending. Hey, man, you just throw a hoodie on and you're ready to trade, all right? You're ready to trade. Ready to trade. Like I said, I'm expecting price at the open. Maybe revisit these lows. Dig into this bullish fair value gap here. We'll see. Doesn't have to, though. We could look for it. We may toss in one down here if it revisits this gap. Toss in one and put our stop a decent ways away and just see what happens. But ideally, we'd want to wait for some sort of setup. Yeah. Just practice your English verbiage. How's it going, Clarity? Good morning. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, you know the drill. You know the drill. You know the drill. So we got a couple minutes here until open. Let's just see what happens. Oh, I guess we need to share the video here. We didn't do that yet. Need to share the video. Sure. Here we go. There we are. Starting to push here. Going into the open. Did that bounce off the 50 level there? Looks close. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Good morning, Oracle. Good morning, Oracle. How you doing today? Let's see what happens here at open. If you guys are just joining us, kind of went over the plan here. We're waiting on, price already ran the Asia low over here. So we're going to see if price revisits the Asia low, expecting it to push up into the Asia high, potentially at least into this 15-minute fair value gap here. So try to get some sort of expansion from here. So let's kind of see what happens here. I probably should have took that bounce off the 30 there, but we'll see what happens here. Thinking maybe we push right here into open. We'll see, though. So I'll probably add if price revisits this 15-minute gap down here. An order block there as well. Persia, I'm still on the old contract in QZ3. Commando. That's going to be Jason's new nickname. Nice. Should always be able to see in the background there. I know it's kind of covered up with the covered up there in the background, but we'll kind of see what happens there. Well, no pop right there at open, so like I said, you got the you have this bearish fair value gap up here in the Asia high up here at 109. Morning, Juker. That's very possible there. DeBizzle could be delayed. Order block strategy, yes. Yeah, I use order blocks occasionally if I see them. Yeah, it was late. You're not lying. It was late last time. Revisits down here though. We may add one. Expecting a push into the Asia high. We'll see. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I could have waited, got a little better. So if we trade down into this bullish zone, we'll probably add. Otherwise, we'll just take this off at the swing. Yeah, 15-minute order block works the best. I haven't back tested order blocks too much. I just usually see them like see them as they come. Like looking at 3-minute chart here, we got an order block 59 at 60 area. Starting to push here. Like I said, we got the VWAP up there at the 73. Maybe we pop that VWAP there. ES got more of a ways to go to get to the VWAP and looking a little bit weaker. So Nasdaq's the stronger one right now. So we'll see if we can't get this push into this swing high here at the 77s. ES pushing the 05s here. Nasdaq right there at the VWAP. Volume looking good here. Wanted to add one more on here, but just wasn't able to. So if it takes me out here for profit, we're just going to take the $200 on that. About 1.4 ticks away from the take profit there, pulling back. Maybe we'll get the opportunity to add another one here. Let's see. If we hit that volume imbalance there, I might go ahead and add one before we hit the take profit. Let's watch in 3-minute chart here. We're on the 1 minute currently, but I'm looking at 3-minute here. See if that gap stays open there. Like I said, we get a little pullback, we could add one in here for just a little 5-pointer. Potentially. This will do that. And let's see if we get a little higher push up. Morning, JX. See if we can push through the 77s here. Testing that VWAP once again. We'll probably, if we break through this swing high here, then I'll move my stop. I'll move my stop up to break even just to kind of protect ourselves here on one contract. We'll see if we can get through that swing high there. See if we can push through there. Kind of want to see this thing start to push here. Wanted to hold the 60s here, 65 area. That'd be ideal. Didn't quite run that swing there. One hour order block right above price. It is what it is if it gets us here. We do have needed that 3 minute to break that swing. Didn't quite do it. If we trade below 60 there, would be a little worrisome. Like to really hold this 65 area, kind of what it's doing so far. Just tapped into that 3 minute fair value gap there. So let's see if this thing gets going here. Really want it to close above. Let's push on up here. Get through that VWAP. Strong. Like I said, if it loses the 60 area there, I won't love it anymore. Want to see the ES get above 06 here. If it wasn't for NT Copier, you would have been swapped out to to QT. Yeah. You're probably about right there, DeBizzle. I use the copier and I just break it up into packs of 4. That's how I use it. I don't love it for more than that. I do have, one set of accounts that I use for 7 at a time, but I break it up into packs of 4. But I'm also trading across multiple brokerages. Yeah, 6 is probably about, you start, with any copier, you're going to have some issues, right? It's just the way it goes. But, yeah, that's about right. I'd say 6 accounts is about the max I would be going for there. Especially if it's cross, if it's all the same brokerage, you're fine probably at up to 10. But across multiple brokerages, 5 or 6 is kind of the max. Not that I've had a lot of problems with it, but you kind of get used to it. Occasionally you get an order stuck. I always look up as soon as I get an order filled. I look up and I have the open orders tab open. And if I see something there, I just hit close. I just hit close all quickly. So both ways, but I also have Replicanto as well on NinjaTrader. I haven't been using it lately, but I do have it there if I wanted to. So if this thing gets below 60 here, then I might close this. Just eat the loss on it. Let's see. I mean, actually, I may hold it. I may hold it into the 55 area. I have a small imbalance at 55, although ES looking quite a bit weaker here. And usually when you see the ES looking weaker, that's kind of what the NAS is going to follow to do. ES is on a 3 ticks away from the low. So Nasdaq probably going to want to run that low one more time. Let's just wait and see. Yeah, ES looking very weak. ES could put in a higher low here and bounce, so let's just give it a second and see. We'll see what happens here. ES bouncing off the O2s there. A little bit of buy volume popping in here. We'll see what happens. Also, get any expansion to the downside here, we'll be all right. I mean, it could want to sweep these lows one more time. Very well, could want to do that. So we'll see what it does. Obviously, I wanted to add a second contract if we retraced into this zone. I could have got a much better entry if I was a little more patient. Not quite patient enough there. So obviously the R on this is not great. Really kind of a bad entry on that second one for sure. First one not as bad. Want to see a push here would be nice. ES approaching the lows. It popped off the lows there for a second. See what the reaction is to this 15-minute gap if we hold it. Really want to see if we hold the gap here. I don't know why when I wake up at 3 a.m. I'm hungry. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. Get hungered. Gotta rip it here if we're gonna go. Gotta go. Gotta go. So far holding up the midsection of this order block here on the 3-minute chart. There's still a small volume imbalance in the 3-minute down to the 57s. ES failing to make a new low there, but looking like it wants to. Let's see what happens. My dog just came zooming in here like crazy. What is he doing? Running around at 3 a.m. in the morning like a wild dog. Do got to take him to the vet this morning. He's been scratching a lot. He doesn't have fleas, but he's been scratching. He has allergies. Well, the idea was to add if we reach this gap. The only problem is the ES is already at the lows. The idea was to add one. I don't like how weak the ES looks, though. Yeah, he did hear me say hungry. He's like, food? Oh, yes, I will take some. Do you have a French fry? So, oh, come on. What's this thing doing? Let's go. It's going to be one of those where it just kind of teases you here. ES still hasn't ran the lows. Teased the lows. We in a 5-minute fair value gap. Yeah. Yeah, I see that right there. Well, that's very wiki. Yeah, looks like if we close below 52 there, that would close that gap out. Kind of that swing low there. Let's just see what happens. That's all we can do. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do stream live 5 days a week. London and New York, 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern for the London, 9:15 a.m. Eastern for the New York. And I kind of want to add here, but don't know if we have the stones to do it. All right, let's add one. We shall add one. We'll take one off. Let's say something like that. VWAP 72.75. Let's pull that down a little bit. You on your way to Vegas? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, DeBizzle. Hopefully, we are lagging here, but as long as we can hold this gap, I think we're okay. Nice, Floyd. Jason, what you doing in Vegas? Doing some gambling? Doing a little gambling, as you do. A trip to Vegas is always fun. Just remember, what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Sometimes that stuff will come home with you. Double bottom right there on the ES right now. Let's see if the ES holds there. You're on Apex day 1 activation, but don't want right now other than 4. Yeah. You must be on the new contracts, Jax. Over there on the new ones, the new Connies. I'll probably switch over to the new ones at some point this week. Oh, you're just trucking. Yeah, hit the tables while you're there is what I do. Have to carve out a little time. Precedence. That's right. So ES double bottom there, bouncing now. Let's see if we can hit target 1 at least here. I activated all of mine, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but you have to do what you have to do, right? I only take trades so far on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think only on 13 of them I've taken a trade. The other 7, no trades yet. We'll take a trade on them today, I suppose. See how it goes. How you pass through Buffalo? That's a long drive then. If you're coming from New York, Jason, to New York to Las Vegas. Yeah, if you're on day 6, you can just wait to do the 7th day if you wanted to. From LA. Long Poe Persia says, let's go, push it. All right, we're getting a little push up here. Let's see what happens. At least get me to that VWAP there. Would be nice. Oh, Buffalo Bills is at the border. I didn't know that. Oh, Buffalo Bills. I know what you mean. I thought you meant the football team. Oh. All right, see if we can get filled on the first contract here. Yeah, this one's looking better. Push it. Rip it. If we get through this swing high here, I'm going to move my stop to break even on the last contract and see if it can't run up into that area up there. Come to Papa. I know. I want it to at least fill that one contract there. Rip it on up. Wow. We just hanging out there, one tick from the take profit on the first contract there. That was tough. Oh. How does that not feel me there? Literally one tick away. No. I mean, you can move it to break even. You can move it to break even whenever you want. I just I actually wouldn't mind moving the stop to here or even here at this point, to be honest. But I think it pushes through here, so let's just be patient with it. Give it time. I don't want to move. I don't want to be too aggressive moving the stop because it's one of those things where if I move it too early. A lot of times in London, I move it early and then I miss out on the bigger move. So we'll see. Trying to be a little more patient with it. But if we can get the swing high here, I'd feel a lot better about it. And then I can move it to break even or even to this swing and guarantee some profits. One hour fair value gap. Yeah, true. We haven't really tapped it yet, though, doesn't look like. We need 77.25 to tap it. So that's that swing there that would tap into that 1 hour gap. See if we get the push here. All right, we got the first one. See if we can tap into that 77 and a quarter, and then we'll go to break even here. See if we can push through here. Maybe we'll front run this one just a little bit there at that swing. Don't really want it to put in a lower high here. Want to get through that swing there and get to going. ES still looking weak here. Pulling back once again. See if we can push here. I think we get a pop here. I think we at least make it to the 90 here. I think we close out that. We don't close out the gap if we make it to the 90. The 90 is just kind of, there's a order block there on the 1 hour as well at the 90 area. So we still make it to the 90 here, potentially all the way up to 120 if we really expand. Still looks pretty decent to the upside here. Pretty decent to the upside here. Should get a pop through this swing here on this push up. Then we can decide whether we go to break even or we leave it all in here. Want to see us push through this swing high. That would give me more confidence in the fact that we might touch 90. Like I said, I mean, we also have the 109.25 at there. Should be able to pop right here. I think we at least break the swing. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and move the stop to that swing low there. That should be protected even once we break that swing. It should be the next. We shouldn't revisit that low if we're going to continue higher. What would that be? That's 9 handles wrist. That's risk. That's $200. We'll see what our closed profit is once we take this one off. Let's pop it right through there. You know you wanna. There we go. So now we are up. We've closed 180. Our average is now 60. We have our stop at 57. So I'm okay with this here. I'm okay with risking 3 handles here on this last contract for a push into 90 possibly. The guarantee is $120 in profit. So did we break that? We didn't break this swing high yet. So let's kind of see what happens here. Let's go for the bigger move up. We could lock in $400 here and just call it, but this is kind of what I'm expecting. I like this here. I like the look of this. So I'm okay. We have a fair value gap here. If it revisits this low, we don't want to be in it. So let's kind of zoom out here. There we go. Let's make this a little bit larger so it's easier to see for you guys. Don't like that. Don't like that rejection there. See if it kind of inverts this gap now and holds above it. I don't know. Really want to see it hold the VWAP here. Make that VWAP stick and go here. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. If you're new here and you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. We do stream live 5 days a week. If you are interested in trading futures, we do got all the links down below. 90% off Bulenox, guys. 90% off Bulenox. Coupon code down below, 71% off APEX. 60% off Topstep. If you guys are a Topstep customer and you're going to reset your account or sign up for a new account, please use my link down below. It does help me. Even if you're an existing customer, it doesn't really give you any further discounts if you're an existing customer, but it does help the channel. If you are a new customer, it does give you an additional 20% off. So something to think about there. Something to think about. Thanks, Poe Persia. Trying to be a little more patient with these trades. Be a little more patient. Since DeBizzle tried to call me out on my paper hands yesterday. It's on the 150K or on the 50K account, Jason, it's 150. It's basically the same as Apex. It's around 150. I think it's 148 to be exact, but something like that. Liking the way it looks on the 3-minute chart here. We just got to get above that VWAP there and make it stick. Just got to get above and make it stick there. Like it might want to pull back into that 1 minute gap right there at 64, 65 area. Ultimately, we want to see it hold that area though. Otherwise, this trade will only be for 120 bucks. Hey, Poe Persia, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your membership. We appreciate that. You also can become a member, guys, if you want. It's up to you. It's up to you, guys. It's up to you. This is the only thing about London. You really got to have patience, right? If you don't have patience there in London, you can make kind of rash decisions and leave profit on the table here. So I should have been a little more patient on my entries there. I should have probably be long from around the 57 mark right there on that pullback into the gap. That was the idea. You said I had paper hands, DeBizzle. You said I can't hold my trades. It's fine. I didn't think it was a negative comment. I got what you said. I got what you were saying. I agree with you, DeBizzle. I agree. We're working on it. We're working on our patience, trying to get it to where it needs to be. It's hard for me to hold a scalp sometimes, so longer trades certainly put me through some stuff sometimes. Especially on the if I'm on the funded account. This is just a eval. Baz, Bulenox is pretty much the same as Apex. The main difference is you cannot so the main difference is you can only have 11 funded accounts at one time. You can only trade 3 of the funded accounts at one time if they're below the 2,600 threshold. And you have to leave the threshold in order to take a payout. So in other words, you can't take a payout. You got to leave the $2,600 in the account in order to take a payout. So you can't just get to 2,600 and then take a payout. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, DeBizzle. I'm going to be looking at the 1 minute chart today. I'm going to try it. I actually back tested about a month of it. Percentages ran about the same, 76%. I think it was 76 win percentage, but with an average of 6R. So, 1 to 6 to 1 risk to reward. That's pretty nice. So, of course, you have to hold the trades longer, right? You have to. So we're going to be testing that out today. Nice thing is when a trade fails, it kind of switches you in the other direction. Gray, you can take any, you can't, I don't know at what point you can take the threshold out, but I think it's a 50-50 split once you take the threshold out. The account for 250K bass I wouldn't recommend because the activation fee is insane. Anything over the 50K account I don't really recommend. Trading days is going to be 10 trading days. Let me see. So you can see 250K. Look at the activation fee. Insane. 50K, 148. These are fine. Anything above the 50K, I don't really recommend. Let me see. So your trailing drawdown is 2,500. The master account is designed for a long-term relationship. Withdrawal rules. So the minimum withdrawal of the first 3 payments is $1,000. Maximum 1,500. The safety threshold reserve limits for the 50K account is 2,600. And the minimum is required to remain in the trader's account to be able to withdraw. It doesn't say when they can take it out. I think if you take the entire safety net out, it's 50-50 split. How many trading days? Let's see. To be honest, your entries are on the 32nd, but you're looking at 15-minute swing. Yeah, I like that. I like the 15-minute swing. Baz, thank you for your subscription. Welcome to the Methodical Crew. You the man, Baz. You the man. How are you? So you're looking at the, are you just taking one trade a day to Bizzle? Because that's kind of what Stoic and I don't know if Dave recommends that or not, but Stoic for sure is like one trade a day. So you like the 150K Pope Persia? I just don't like the activation fee. I just don't like the activation fee on the 150K. But yeah, I like the drawdown and all that stuff, but come on, let's push. Triple bottom on the ES there. I'd rather this trade not end up just being $120, but I guess green is green if it does. Yeah, Apex is. Yeah, I like Apex better too as well, but that's the only thing is Bulenox is 90% off right now. So if you can deal with the extra rules, you can get it for 90% off. And the renewal's usually at 90% also. And the other thing, so you can pass Bulenox in 1 day. So it says 5 days on their website, but you can submit a past eval in 1 day. So you're taking trade when the swings get swept, either in the swings itself or the actual session. Oh, I got you. So you're looking for the entry off the swings. I got what you're saying. I didn't know if you were targeting the swing points on the 15-minute, which makes 100% sense there. That's something that I'm going to start working on. I'm going to use one of these packs of 4 to take those trades once I'm a little more comfortable with it. Try to target bigger moves. The average using the 1 minute chart to frame my trades, the average winner was like 70 points, which is, $1,400 on one trade. But the average loser was like 500. So got to take the good with the bad there. All right, tapped into that fair value gap. We want to see that hold. Get back above. We want to push the VWAP here and get going. If we break this swing high, I'm going to move my stop up to this swing low. Like I said, we're targeting the 90 here, but to be honest with you, this thing really could push into the 120s. You got the previous day New York high over here. I put PDK. That should be a PDH. Let's fix that. If you can catch a good entry on the 30-second or 1 minute, you don't have to hold it to the swings, but shoot for like 1 to 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 1 to 3 is pretty good. I'm probably going to go back to the 1-to-1 this week, taking it off the 50% line. That's kind of what I was back testing yesterday. You missed some trades taking it off to 50%, but keeps it at a 1-to-1. You can put it at the swings. I like that a little better. All your trades are on the win rate is like 35%. Well, 3-to-1 at 35%, you're still making a good bit of money there. So I don't know. I'm after last week, we're still running at 82%, I think, win rate on the 12 tick take profit, 16 tick stop. Thinking of going to the 16 tick, just go to 1-to-1, 16 tick this week, but take it off to 50% level. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You only need one win. Yeah, that's why if you're getting 3-to-1, if you're targeting 3-to-1, you're certainly going to be getting bigger wins there. The swings seem to work out on the 1 minute chart, though. You almost, it's still high win percentage, like 70%, and you're almost always getting the swing 7 out of 10 time. I mean, it's pretty solid. And to be honest, I was testing that without moving the stops, and it would be logical to move the stops on some of those moves. You know, like as you trended up, like as you broke highs, you move your stop to the previous swing. It's kind of what I was talking about. So like realistically, I shouldn't be moving my stop here until a candle closes above this swing high, to be honest. My stop probably still should be down here at the 51s. What would that be? 980. So that basically would make it a break-even trade. I might do that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, shoot for 1 to 2. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Well, when I get into scalp trades, I just want the win to be quick. That's kind of the way I look at it, but it still is even quick. I mean, on a scalp trade, if you got to hold it 5 minutes, I mean, that's still a quick trade. With what I'm doing right now, I like it to be like 5 seconds. Boom, boom. That sort of thing. All right, ES quadruple bottom there, quad bottom. Really needs to go now. Ripping. All right, I think I'm going to move my stop up now. Just to that swing low right there. Rip it. Okay, Traders Den, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Futures Trader, thank you for watching as well. I want to see this thing pop through the VWAP here strong. Isham, good morning. Good morning. I want to see it pop through the VWAP strong here. If this thing breaks this swing high, might consider taking profit there. We'll see. Can't lose. Can't lose. We already locked in 2 contracts, 180 in profit. So we can't lose on it. We're guaranteeing what? $195 in profit here, at least. See if this thing can rip it here. Get right through this VWAP here. If you guys are new here and you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do appreciate it. We are targeting the 90 up here. Our target is at the 90. I might consider taking it off at the swing high here. We do have a bearish 1 hour fair value gap in this area. Excuse me. We have a 15-minute bearish gap up here at the 91. But the Asia high is 109.25. I think we probably ultimately run that. New York previous day high 119 would be kind of your ultimate target there. But Price action this morning's been pretty sluggish. You've been using Ninja. You want to know if Quantower is worth it? I like Quantower. It's kind of very similar to Trade-Of-8. It's really easy to use out of the box. So I like that about it. But yeah, it's you don't have the options that you do on Ninja, but out of the box it's easy to use. There are some quirks about it that I don't like, but at the end of the day, it's like that with most anything, right? Might get stopped out here. Like I said, stops at break even. Yes, I use the copy trader Baz. We have it right here. I'm not using it right now, but I like the copy trader because you can use it across multiple brokerages. So like I can link my Apexes to my Topstep, to my Bulenox, to my funded futures, to whatever I wanted. So we do use it during the New York session. Trade history. Should be able to go to settings and go to visual trading, trades. I show my trades and it'll show like my entries and exits on the chart. I don't really know how you would show your other ones. You can see my entries and exits here on the chart. Might get stopped out here. Want to see this put in a higher low and continue to push. ES looking weak here, though. Stop might be a little too close, but want to take the risk off there. This is looking weakish. Ultimately, I do think it runs up here, but may have to do it without me. Yeah, what Future Trader said, hit the like button, subscribe. It's almost 4. Yeah. You're not lying. I mean, something's going to happen at 4. If we're still in it at 4, if we don't get tagged out here, this thing could push, but it could push. But we've just really been stuck in this range. I mean, tough to trade, right? Yeah, I probably should leave my stop here, but it's fine. This will be the most logical spot for the stop. Should we move it back there? I guess so. We'll move it back there. That is the most logical spot for it, after all. We do have this 1 minute fair value gap, so if we're going to use that gap, that would be where the stop would need to be anyway. We're only risking, what are we risking here? 2.5 handles. New York pre-market opens at 4. I'd like to see this thing break this swing here. If it breaks this swing, then we can move our stop back up to here. Breaks this swing, we'll consider taking profit. Let's see what we get here at 4 if we get a push up. This person's the real deal, Futures Trader says. Thanks, Futures Trader. We appreciate the compliment. If you guys are new here, we do stream live 5 days a week, London and New York. London, 3 a.m. Eastern, usually to about 4:15 a.m. Eastern, and then New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, and we stream the entire session, usually until 4. So Buy the dips. You could. I'm not gonna. I'm already in it, so I don't want to buy it. I've been in it all morning. I've been holding it since 3, so. All right, a few seconds here until 4. I think a macro turns on at 4:03, so we may get some action then. If we break the swing, you think that we're going to go to the Asia high? It's definitely possible. I mean, I think I wake up in the morning and we have taken the Asian high, if I had to guess. Tom Sabo, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Tom Sabo. Guys, Tom does stream the London session as well every day. You can check out Tom's stream if you want. He's a super nice guy and streams every single day as well for the London. How'd you do today, Tom? Did you make some money? I wasn't able to check you out this morning. Jump over and give Tom a subscribe if you have a chance. So we got a little action right there at 4, but nothing crazy. Let's see if we get anything going on here at that 403 macro that some people talk about. We were trying to target the Asia highs here, Tom, but, well, actually, I'm just targeting the bottom of that 15-minute gap there, but I was thinking at open this morning, I was thinking that this would run to Asia highs, but we've not. We've really just been kind of grindy today. Haven't really went anywhere. We can't lose on this trade. We'll lock in like $100 or something like that, maybe 90 if we get stopped. So we can't lose. Risk-free. It's always good to have a risk-free trade. Could have had a much better entry on this thing. I kind of FOMO'd into it a little bit there. You took a short on NQ but closed it. Terrible price action. Yeah. It's being a real tease. We might get stopped here. Yeah, it is Monday morning. 16,054 was your entry. Futures trader. Nice. Not bad. Guy Jones is in long. Ding dong long. Ding dong long. I was looking for price to revisit this 15-minute gap this morning, and I just didn't wait on it. I took 3 contracts. We first entry here. Kind of averaged into it here. No, first entry here, second here. I added thinking we would run these highs quickly. And then when we pulled back, I added a third one here. FOMC, I don't know. I have to look. 080 TP. Last week you checked out the channel and realized, hey, this dude's a pro. I'm definitely not a pro. But thank you. But definitely not a pro, Tom. Definitely not. Let's see when FOMC is. Usually Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Let's see. This week. It is a news-heavy week. I do know that. Big news this week. CPI on Monday. No, Tuesday. CPI on Tuesday. Wednesday. PPI on Wednesday. And then FOMC. Wednesday is FOMC. Wednesday. Yep, Diviso got it. Diviso got it. Thank you. All right, starting to push here. Let's see if we can't get this thing through this swing high here. Load up on evals. We should have some action tomorrow. Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know how bad today will be at the New York session. We'll see. I'm hoping for a decent day. We shall see. I like the news weeks because you do get movement, you get volatility, but sometimes that's a bad thing, right? I guess Friday is quad witching Friday or whatever they call it. Quad witching Friday. Because you got state manufacturing index. You got services PMI 945. Yeah, I don't know why they call it that. New York is going to be bad. It's going to range until Tuesday. Futures traders, you're trailing your stop. I want to see us get above the VWAP here, push this high, and then we might consider taking profit up here. We do have a big 1 hour bearish gap at 72, as DeBizzles pointed out. I'm liking the look of it here, though. ES has tested the bottom. They've tested the lows 5 times now and unable to push through there. So we might consider taking some profit up here at the swings. I don't feel too comfortable moving the stop up just yet. I mean, we probably can move it to the swing, but really what's that going to do, right? Non-farm payroll was Friday. Took a bit of a gamble and made a few points, but not proud of it. Yeah. I just kind of I gambled my 150K account because I had that reset in my back pocket, but I was very careful on Friday. I don't think I traded any of my funded account. One funded account. I took one trade on one funded account. I didn't trade. I didn't take any on any of the other ones. Thanks, Tom. No trades on any of the other accounts. Want to see a strong push. I mean, we don't want to triple top here again. We got some liquidity resting here, obviously. Want to see a strong push right through there. If we break these highs, I'll probably move my stop. I don't really feel too comfortable moving it. I'll probably get stopped out. Which is not a horrible thing, locking in profit. Let me go ahead and just move it to there. You got some of these imbalances here, which I don't love seeing. You're on your personal account, futures trader? ES approaching the VWAP at the 0675. Nasdaq pushing through here. Like I said, we might just chop this off here if we tap that liquidity at 77. All right, I'm going to trail this up now. It's either going to go or we're going to get stopped out. That's kind of where our original target was, right in there. So this thing's either got to go or it's going to stop us. Like I said, targeting 90 up there. It's got to be a quick run into the 90 if we're going to go. Rip it. Can't lose. You never tried the sweat stops yet? Too many rules. Oh, might get stopped here. That's all right if we do. There's definitely a lot of rules. One tick away from getting us here. Rip it. Go. Guy Jones, maybe 100. I mean, I think we can push all the way up to 110. So we're stopped out there. Feels bad, but $465. Wow, we got some slippage on that stop. Got 1.75 points of slippage. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I think we probably run into the. I mean, if I had to, you got the previous day New York high up here at 119, Asia high 109. If I had not been holding this trade for over an hour, I probably would not have. I probably wouldn't have moved my stop. But we've been in this trade for over an hour right here. I mean, you can see I entered at 259. So for that reason, just didn't want to hold it any longer. Probably could just, if I really wanted to, could just put my stop to break even and just see how high it can go. But I just like, you could just run this liquidity here. There is a 1 hour bearish fair value gap here. So this thing could just turn right back down. You never know. I mean, look at this tight range this morning. Literally from 77 to 52. I mean, that's 25 points in an hour. That's pretty rough. Pretty rough action. Yeah, it's just so long, such a long trade there. But I'm happy with my patience on it there. Having your read on the market, expecting it to go in a direction, sticking with it. So, Guy Jones hit his take profit. Nice. I think that's a reasonable spot, these relatively equal highs. It could continue higher. I think it's going to continue higher, but maybe I should have left the the only reasonable spot would have been right here at 65, I think, to leave the take profit. But if it comes back down and tags you out, you're leaving 15 points on the table, or 10 points. Only 8 likes. I don't know how many likes we got. We have 17. 17 likes. Like I said, guys, we do stream live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. I don't know what I'm talking about, 8 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. for the London and 9:15 a.m. for New York. Yeah, I was looking for the silver bullet, but like I said, I wasn't patient enough. This is a 15-minute fair value gap. We had some expansion out of here, so you did have a on the 3-minute chart. You can see it a little better there. There's an order block here in this area on the 3-minute chart. This is the 1 minute. So it traded right back into the order block and took off. This is also a 15-minute gap. So the idea was to put one on here in this higher gap, and if it traded back down here to add 2. But obviously I FOMO'd in, added 1 up here for this push up, thinking it was going to just take this swing quickly. And then when it pulled back down, I added a 3rd. We took 1 off here, 2nd one here, and then 3rd one here. So yeah, Tom, I do too. I think we're going to push higher. I think this is going to be a bullish week. I mean, really, until we have a bearish week, you just got to stay bullish, right? So appreciate that, Joshua. Thank you, Futures Trader. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. But like I said, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do have all the links down below to the prop firms if you guys are interested in checking those out. We do have a Discord as well. It's $10 a month if you want to join. It's completely up to you. You don't have to. I do think that is going to do it for me, though, for the London session. I do got to get up for the New York. Got to take my kids to school this morning, so a little less sleep for me. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. We will be live at 9:15 a.m. for the New York session. And we'll check you guys out then. What do we make? 465 on a 150K account. So not too bad. Not too bad. We'll take it. We shall take it. So we'll see you guys at 9:15 a.m. You guys enjoy your morning.